Welcome back to SV Basic. Last week,
Dang it. Got some mic issues and we didn't realize it until after everything has been shot, and now we're in the editing phase. So apologies in advance. We're going to get that fixed and new mics are on order. So bear with us.
it's huge. Look at that. The helm is in. That was big. The boat can steer. And everything seems to be functioning just the way it's supposed to. That is a weight off my shoulders. So it's time to stack more stuff up. Here's the next projects, and they're big. I've got stuff everywhere. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's head on down to one of the staterooms, and both staterooms are shredded right now. Tools everywhere. And here's why. We gotta get these engines going. These are our Yanmar 3YM30s with the SD20 sail drives. Be honest, they've been sitting here for a long time, just bagged up. I had to take everything off. When we built this stateroom, I took off all the electrical, the controls, the fuel lines, water system, everything, because I had to build walls around this, move conduit, take all the electrical and reroute it. So I just stripped these engines. Now it's time to put them back together. You know, the fuel system is pretty straightforward. That I understand. Water system and the seawater strainers, easy. The controls, that's not too bad. I mean, it all makes sense. It's the electrical end. That's where I'm gonna have to do my homework. We're putting in the Balmar ARS4s with the center fielder unit. And that's gonna give us the capability to charge both the starting batteries and our house batteries using 1 or 2 engines. And is it intimidating? Hell yeah, it's intimidating. But I'm gonna figure it out. So hang in there with these next few videos and let's get these puppies fired up. It's exciting. And it's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna break this down into just small little projects. That way it doesn't get over my head. So first is the fuel system. I have my existing rate core I put in already, but I want to tee this into 2 separate leads coming off. One goes to the engine, and one goes to a transfer pump that I'm able to either put in jerry cans so I can refilter it or get it off the boat. I want to get this fuel out of the tanks first. I've assembled all my pieces, but I'm missing one. I'm gonna have to send Lynn to the store. I don't know where it went. Thought I had it. Can't find it. So that's first. Can you go to the store?
What do you need now?
Well, this piece right here is missing. I have no clue where it went.
You lost it?
I didn't see it on the receipt. I must not have grabbed it. I had handfuls of parts and I missed it. Please?
Fine.
Okay, Lynn and Emma just went to go get my missing part. Told them I'd have as much of this assembled and installed that I can before they get back. Okay, almost there. As soon as Lynn gets back with my missing piece, I can install these. You got the parts?
Yeah, parts.
Okay, here's where the first one gets installed, right here. Okay, now I can make the connection from the engine to the filter. Okay, that's all in. And I put it in because it gives me some options. Let's take a look at why I put this in. Both these are in the off position now. I have the option now of running fuel to the engine or having an emergency shut-off right here. I could open this one up, and this will go to a transfer pump. That gives me the capability of emptying the tank. I could put it in jerry cans, I could filter it, I can inspect it, I can transfer it from one tank to another now, all off this transfer pump. So that's the next thing to go in. Now I'm not going to put in a high-end transfer pump here, and sky's the limit there. This will be used just very occasionally. We're going to use it initially here to empty the tanks, but after that I would assume once a year or maybe in an emergency situation we may need to use one. So here's what I've picked up. Rule actually makes a portable pump. It's an inline pump, and look at this. It's made for water and for diesel. It pumps 280 gallons per hour. We only have roughly 40 gallons in each tank, so it's only going to take minutes to empty a tank with one of these. I'll install switches so I can control the pumps, hardwire these in permanently, and here's some hose to control the outflow. This is a robust little pump. It's designed actually to be fully submersible in salt water or diesel, not for gasoline though. It's a 12-volt pump with a working draw of about 4.5 amps. Okay, the pump's in, and now I'm running the electrical lead. Okay, the next thing I need to do is mount a switch, and I'll mount that right here, and that'll give me a nice on-off to control the pump. The nearest power source for this is up behind the headboard actually, and I've left a couple slots in that panel for accessories just like this. Okay, need to calculate my wire size. So it says 14 gauge right there. We'll get this routed up to the panel and make the switch connection right here. Okay, so go down inside there. You're gonna see putting a messenger down. Tell me when you see it.
I see it. I'm just my arm can't. Okay.
Okay, pull it all the way out.
Okay.
And tape it to the end of that one. Try to make it as flat as you can so it'll go back up through there. It's not going to take
end to end?
Exactly. Okay, tell me when to slow down.
Goes up to the hole.
There we go. I got it. Perfect. Thank you.
That's it?
That's it. I couldn't. Well, it seems easy, but I can't do it by myself.
Okay.
Okay, now that I've got it fished up through this conduit, I'll be able to put a couple of connectors on here and mount it to the fuse block. Okay, the connections are made, and let's get this cover back on and label it up. I'm not going to put the fuse in until I make the connections on the switch. Label person.
Dirt, 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 dirt.
What happens if you press this button while it's still coming out?
You'll cut it in half. There you go. Here you go. Put it on for me.
Good enough.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now that the connection's made on the panel, I could tension the wire and get it nice and tight in the conduit. There you go. I dish this corner out. That'll give me enough room to put the connections behind the switch. Okay, the electrical connection is made to the switch. Let's go put a fuse in it, button up the fuse panel, and test this out. Well, that's a good sign. Power to the switch. So I have the fuel in the off position. Everything's wired in. Let's just give it a little tap. See if the pump sounds good. I like it. I think that's going to work out just great. Okay, now to jump over to the other side and get the other side plumbed in. That took a while, so I'll do that off camera and we'll check back in after I'm done.
So Teal is finishing up the starboard fuel transfer system, and I have been on the phone and online looking for a place to properly dispose of the fuel. And I can't tell you how frustrating it is to get a non-answer. Every time I call, I get an automated voice message saying that they are unable to take our calls right now. And half the time the hazardous waste, I guess, facilities are closed, but they don't specify that they will take diesel. So it just sucks. But I was able to find a place here on the lake. It's a fuel dock, and I called over there, and they said that they will take it for a small recycling fee. So that's pretty good. Plus, we can do this by dinghy and not have to get in the car and take it to a place if they don't take it. So we're gonna go see what Teal is up to and see if he's done, because I'm really excited to get this old fuel off Basik.
I'm not done, but I'm getting close.
I know you're not done, but it sounds like you're getting close.
Yeah, pump's in. I've made the electrical connections. I need to put the fuse in and then test it, make sure it works. But yeah, maybe 10 minutes, I'll be ready.
I did find a place, and it's like literally right down from us.
Good. Where?
Is that Morrison's?
Oh, good. We'll take the dinghy.
Yeah, it's the fuel dock.
It'll take a couple trips. We have just a few jerry cans. I left the tanks full to keep condensation down, knowing that we're going to probably get rid of this fuel at the end here. So let's see, we hold close to 40 gallons on each tank. So 80 gallons of fuel maybe?
I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like.
I know. I can't wait to pump this out. I mean, it's been sitting in there, what, 9 years?
That's too long.
We need to get these tanks empty, look at the fuel. We're not going to reuse it regardless, so let's just get it recycled and see what the tanks look like. This will be interesting, won't it? Okay, I'm almost ready.
Hurry up.
I'm doing it.
Teal's almost done on the starboard side, so I set us up to start pumping on the port side with 15 gallons to start and a spill pad.
I think we are all set. Everything's in. We're all set up here. First thing to do is inline put a priming bulb. That priming bulb will actually fill the filter and get a little back pressure onto the pump. That'll self-prime the pump and we should be good to go. We'll see in a minute. Okay, here comes the fuel. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, that diesel's been sitting in there 9 years. Doesn't look too bad so far, but we're still gonna get it all out of here. Let's get this filter all primed up. We'll run this for a while and see how much, if any, water has accumulated in the tanks. I did fill the tanks full before I put the additives in to protect the fuel, but that was 9 years ago. Okay, let's start pumping this stuff out and see what it looks like. Okay, before I start pumping, get a little ventilation going in here, just in case. I know how Lynn is with fumes. So let's keep it nice and airy in here. Okay, let's try this out. Oh, sounds good. I could feel the weight of the fuel coming out. It's going. Everything seems to be running smooth. No leaks. I don't see any water or debris accumulating in the bulb yet. It's not the fastest pump in the world, but at least it gives me options to get this fuel out of here. It's running away. Okay, we'll just keep going. Need to get these tanks empty.
Anything.
It's not that bad.
Are these full?
This one's full, this one's filling.
It's looking good.
I know. Surprisingly.
Sure you
good.
don't want to use the fuel?
No.
Come on.
It's been running about 15 minutes now. It's taking about 5 minutes for each jerry can. It's not the biggest pump they make for this, but for how often I'm going to use this, it's just doing fine. That feels cold to the touch. Not a workout at all for it. Well, I gotta say, I'm happy with this so far. Did the first 3 jerry cans, and look at this. Not a drip. Everything seems to be working just as planned. I'm happy with it. Okay, let's get these first 3 out of here. Got plenty more to go. Okay, it feels good to get that first 15 gallons out of here. I know I got a ways to go, but the sun came out. So we're gonna take advantage of this and run up to the park, lay out our jib, and get some hard measurements off this. Been waiting for a nice day to take care of this, and it's here.
So we're at Gasworks and we're measuring one of our sails.
Okay, this is just a small little jib off the boat, but we want to get some hard measurements off of it before we retire her. She has seen her days. Calvert sails out of Florida. I'm sure this thing has plenty of UV damage. It's at the end of its life.
Time to dump. We are ready to unload some of this old diesel. And we're doing it by dinghy. Gonna take the first 15 gallons over to the fuel dock, and then we'll come back and get the next 15 more, since we only had 3 jerry jugs. So the first 15 gallons are off the boat, and they're going to take this and dispose of it properly, and we'll come back for the next 15. Down, and we get to see someone sail off the dock. That's not bad.
I know.
How many more to go?
Jealous. Few to go. We'll just keep shuttling them over. Thanks, Connor.
Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good trip.
We will. Thanks.
Okay, one more trip down. We're just gonna keep pumping until we are dry of this old diesel.
Okay, the ladies are going to take the last load. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Be safe. Dump those off and pick up 15 gallons of fresh fuel.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
That was a lot of work, so apparently someone had to replenish her energy that she expelled.
Yeah, I got some chips. It's my only weakness.
Only weakness.
Only, yes.
Okay. Boat is loaded, and we are ready to head back to Basik.
Okay, I just talked to the ladies. They're on their way back. Actually, here they are right now. Let's see how they did. I see Emma's eating chips again. How'd you guys do?
Good. Awesome. We got rid of all the rest of the old fuel, and we picked up 15 gallons of new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are crazy. You got new fuel though.
We got new fuel.
It feels good, doesn't it?
Feels good.
Okay.
Now you have to haul it off.
Capacier's us.
Okay, ladies. Good job.
Thanks for watching, guys, and if you liked the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it does help us out. For a notification when a new video comes out, hit that bell as well. Another big news is after is down below in the banner and on all of our videos, and also in the description. So check it out and let us know what you think. Looking forward to seeing you guys in our shirts.
Yeah. Okay, guys, come back next week to see one of our. Anyways, guys, come back next week to see one of our cool new videos. See you then. Bye. Oh.